We're with Chris Reed, Associate Head Coach and Distance Coach for the SPU Cross Country and Track teams. Chris and his Falcons ready to start cross country season this Saturday down in Steilacoom. Chris, I know you just got the kids back this week, but are you always giving out real specific action plans for summer training? What have you seen from this group so far?
Yeah, we just spent a couple days at Camp Casey at Whidbey Island, which it's been a few years since we've been able to do that, as kind of a full team retreat. So it was really, really special to get to do that, and really pleased with the group so far. I think that there's a lot of optimism both within the group, but then also from us as coaches about what this group can achieve this year, and it's been a good start for us.
Okay. And what do you think? What are some realistic achievements for this group? I know you got one of your younger teams since you've been here.
Yeah, young team for sure, and I think we haven't really talked too much about outcome specific goals. I think what we've talked a lot about and agreed upon is some of the process specific goals and kind of the way that we want to be as a team, but yeah, I certainly think that there's potential for improvement among the conference standings this year. Certainly we didn't have any team representation at the regional meet last year, and that's an expectation that we'll be representing ourselves as a team both on the men's and women's side, and definitely moving up the ladder. I think improvement is the name of the game for us this year compared to last year.
Okay. Let's talk some of the women that are back. Obviously, Annika Esfeld has proven herself. Nikki Jorges made some nice progress last year, and you've got a pretty good 400 runner who's turning out for cross country for the first time this year.
It's a very interesting group. Annika obviously had a lot of success in the winter and spring last year, and had some good success in the fall as well. So it'll be, she won't race the first few races. At least we're working through some things, and hopefully she'll be able to toe the line when the time is appropriate. So. But yeah, she's definitely a big contributor for us. And Nikki Jorges had a really nice freshman year, and then has only taken the next step since then, at least from what I've seen so far. She had a really big summer of training, and she's aerobically fit, no question about that. And then you mentioned Vanessa. It's certainly anyone who can run 53 seconds for 400 definitely has talent, and she ran a couple of 800s last year, and 2:13 in one of them and 2:11 in the other. So 6K, 5K, 6K is a different distance for her, but no question she has the talent to do it. And then I want to point out Libby Michael as well. She's a senior academically, but this will be her first cross country season with us due to injuries and COVID and all these other factors. And she's healthy and ready to make big contributions this year.
Okay. And how about some of the young ones you brought in? Anyone standing up for with some of the talent they're bringing aboard for you?
Yeah, it's kind of a smaller freshman class on the women's side. 3 freshmen coming in, and I think right now, at least in the immediacy, Matisse Mulch looks like the most ready to contribute in the early stages. I think we're going to see a lot more of Maya Ewing and Caitlin Flolo as the year goes on. Those are names that will become more and more prominent as the season goes, and I'm really excited to see their growth.
And on the men's side, you've got some young ones who've got their first season of college cross country under their belt, and a couple good veterans back. Talk about them a little bit.
Yeah, the men, I'm really impressed with where the men are at right now. We improved our depth, but depth means a lot of things. Depth is not just roster size. Depth means your front end depth, and that's the thing that's improved the most. Last year we had some pretty big gaps after the front, and kind of jumped pretty big gaps, and this year there's a pretty critical group up at the front that is ready to make some big contributions. A mixture of returners and newcomers. I think John Owen and Brendan LeBlanc are 2 of our returners who have put in really big summers and again very aerobically fit. And then the newcomers, you look at freshman Tom Thake. We got a transfer, Cade Franco, who has looked really good so far. And then I forget that Drew Thompson is actually kind of a new guy for us. He ran track for us in the winter and spring, but as far as cross country, he's a newcomer, but he's improved a lot. He's going to be a big factor for us this year, Drew Thompson.
Okay. Talk about your schedule. A busy first 3 weeks, but you said that was by design to kind of have some low-key meets early in the season here.
Yeah, low-key meets, and then also some shorter distances to allow us to build. I think the men's progression, they go 5K, and then the next weekend 6K, and then the third weekend in a row will be 8K. Women get 5K, 4K, and then 6K. So the ability to kind of build their confidence as they go. I think especially on the men's side, you look at the freshmen coming in, they race a very familiar distance early on, and it kind of takes a little bit of the pressure off, and they can just do something they're used to, and then kind of build from there. So we'll definitely have some tests early on, kind of see where we're at, and improve in our racing skill as the season goes on.
And then a couple of big meets in October. Of course, the Charles Bowl is always a good one, and then that big pre-nationals meet down at Chambers Creek.
Yeah, exactly. I think the heightened competition as the season goes is something that's really exciting for us. I know that the team is looking forward to October 22nd in a big way, and talking a lot about not being intimidated by anybody. And that's a really exciting thing to hear from a team. There's going to be some of the top teams in the country are going to be there. Some of the top teams in the region will be there, and we'd like to be in the mix by that point in the year. And then that will set us up well for championship season, for conference and regionals, etc.
Okay. Thoughts heading into this first weekend down in Silicon? What are you looking for? They call them rust busters in track and cross country for a reason, I think.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I'm looking for is their ability to compete at a high level, regardless of what their times are, regardless of what they place, to compete with pride and to wear the uniform in a way that exhibits their pride in being a Seattle Pacific Falcon. And if we can do that from day one, then it makes for a really exciting season forthcoming. I think results. Obviously we'd love to get some nice results early, but that's not the focus. The focus is let's compete and let's make it matter. Let's make it something that we can take pride in.
All right, Chris. Thanks so much, and good luck this season.
Thank you very much.
All right.